Shalom. I want to start by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Baharu Kakudash, double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for teaching us scriptures, among other things, and salutations to Yakim across the earth for doing this work in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. So as you can see, if you're watching the news, you see that we're getting in those days, we're getting near those days, the coming of Yahushai is around the corner, and how do you say that? The elder apostle Tahar already said he named this year 2024 the year of the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. And there are a lot of movies that showing you already like how it's going to be when shit's gonna hit the fans. For example, you got the movie Leave the World Behind. The Kitchen is also a good movie. It's an English movie, from that former musical star, grime artist. He doesn't make music lately. He's all busy with making movies and stuff like that. Okay, So he plays in that movie The Kitchen, and which is a good movie. Also shows you basically it shows you a glimpse of Jacob's trouble, and also shows you how basically the mindset of these devils. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Let me just start with the book of 2 Esdras chapter 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So by seeing all these things going on, Yahweh, we are those men, that will endure until the end and receive that crown of the hand of Yahweh Shai, by seeing the events, by watching the news, seeing what's going on, it's showing us that the end is near, and here I have an article about NATO leader Bauer, and he had a whole speech, and he was saying that everybody needs to prepare themselves for World War III, let me see. Live NATO leader Bauer, entire society must be ready. From news regarding arms deliveries to the most recent shifts at the front in the fight against Russia, follow the latest developments in the Ukraine war here. So you have this story, this and that. But he had the whole speech. So, and you also see that the countries, that's also the dream of was it Nebuchadnezzar, if I'm correct. Daniel broke it down for him. Let me just check that out real quick. Slovakia, about the toes. Yeah, Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah, just wanted to be sure. So he had the dream, and Daniel was the only one who could break it down for him. He had always soothsayers and whatever, but they couldn't break down his dream, And we are in those stoves, that clay with that iron that is not mixing, and you see that, So yeah, but basically, that dude, he gave a whole speech, in this article. You see all the thing. So also they want 90,000 people, they going together in, practicing. Yeah, here you have it, this article right here. 90,000, about 90,000 troops, NATO will begin the largest exercise since the Cold War next week. The exercise will, and this is from 5 days ago, so they started this week. I don't know exactly when. The exercise will last until May and will involve 90,000 troops. NATO tops U.S. Commander Christopher Cavoli said on Thursday. The alliance countries will practice how American troops can strengthen the European allies in countries bordering Russia and the Alliance eastern flank. This happens in case a conflict flares up with an almost comparable opponent. The exercise will take place in the Baltic states, Germany, Poland, and countries on the edge of the alliance, such as Romania and Norway. And that's funny, because countries like Norway, Sweden, Denmark, those are countries that usually not really, actually, yeah, barely or completely don't interfere with all those wars and stuff, so yeah, and now they're also busy, preparing for war. You also had the sergeant or general from Sweden talking to Sweden that they need to prepare themselves for war, and this and that, uh, trying to get more people to get into the army because the armies are weak, so they need more people. In Holland, the same story, also have an article about that, also gonna go through that a little bit. So more than 50 ships, from aircraft carriers to destroyers, are participating in the Steadfast Defender 24 exercise. More than 80 fighters, jets, helicopters, and drones, and at least 1,100 combat vehicles are also participating, including 133 tanks and 533 why the 33 in infantry fighting vehicles. So yeah, and they know that they have to get together in order if they want to fight against Russia, So there's a lot of things going on, So he also an article Dutch, they had super drones, and they also want to use those to spy on Russia. And that's funny, these Dutch devils, these Dutch Edomites, these Edomites from Holland, they're special, and Holland is a small country, and I was, like a couple of days ago, I was talking to a dude that I was working with, so-called Turkish dude, and I said to him, how long do you think that Holland would last if Russia would invade, because we were standing outside, and there was a chopper flying low, and I made the joke like, "Oh, the Russians are coming," And then I asked him like, "How long do you think it would take?" And he was like, "Man, Holland, they can do shit." I'm like, "Yeah, and one day it will be over, man." Well, meanwhile, they want to interfere everywhere. They want to interfere with all the things, always sending soldiers to this and to that. Dutch super drones along NATO border, visible and recognizable for Russia. Today, the Netherlands is deploying drones outside its own borders for the first time. These are so called Reapers that will patrol along NATO's eastern border near Romania. According to defense specialist Peter Weiniger of the Hague Center for Strategic Studies, this is the first time that these super drones have been deployed. The drones are launched from a base in Romania. A camp will also be set up there for the Dutch Air Force soldiers who will send the drones into the air. As soon as the drones reach a high altitude, control will be taken over by an encampment located at the air base in Leeuwarden. Then the mission will also be carried out from Leeuwarden, and that's funny because that's how this war nowadays is gonna be yeah, how they're gonna fight the war from distance, And I also saw a clip, somebody posted a video in the group app concerning a soldier who was running from a drone who was ready to explode, and he was running, but the drone, yeah, you cannot outrun a drone, and then the drone explode, and it was game over. Yeah, he had not a chance, and yeah, you see a picture of it, of the drone. So basically, yeah, like a fighter jet, but then with nobody in it, Big toys. And they can put missiles on this, They've been fighting a long time already, with this. It basically started to gain popularity when America, when they killed that general of Iran, Soleimani. Then the whole drone thing basically exploded, So this is also this article from Holland, so the I call that defense wants mandatory survey about army participation for 70 years old. So they want, yeah, they need more meat basically. That's what it is. It was already clear that defense is facing major shortages, and they've been cutting down on armies and this and that because that's the pride of these devils. They think like that they are untouchable and stuff. It was already clear that defense is facing major shortages, but in view of the current Russian threat, new options are being explored to recruit young people for their service year. Like now, a mandatory survey for 70 years old about the participation in the armed forces. The State Secretary van der Maat of Defense is investigating whether a mandatory questionnaire is feasible in the Netherlands, writes the Telegraaf. This method is derived from the Swedish model. So, like I said, even Sweden is getting ready for war. People be talking all shit, ain't gonna happen, this and that, and now everybody is scared. In which such a mandatory survey is already used. So yeah, I'm not gonna jump to hold the article, but there's a lot of stuff showing you about what's going on. This is also North Korea. They're also busy. They already made it clear that they don't want to talk about peace with South Korea anymore. They're done talking. North Korea launches missiles, removes a reunification monument. Pyongyang, North Korea fired several cruise missiles in the night from Tuesday to Wednesday. According to the South Korean military, the missiles ended up in the Yellow Sea. The South Korean Yonhap news agency reports that the missiles were long-range missiles that could be equipped with nuclear warheads. Yeah. It also appears that North Korea has removed a large monument in Pyongyang that symbolized the hope for reunification with South Korea. The 30-meter high monument was erected at the turn of the century in honor of a visit by South Korean President Kim Dae-jung in 2000. His meeting with Kim Jong-il, Kim Jong-un's father, gave many the hope for further rapprochement between the countries. According to the news site NK News, which specializes in North Korea's satellite images show that the monument has disappeared. That would be in line with statements by Kim Jong-un in recent months that he is no longer interested in reunification. Relations between the Koreas have deteriorated sharply in the past year. Pyongyang's launch of a spy satellite prompted Seoul to partially suspended a 2080 military agreement aimed at diffusing tensions. North Korea leader Kim Jong-un recently called his neighbor to the main enemy and continued to seek reconciliations, a mistake the North could no longer make. So yeah, there's a picture of that symbol. So they removed it. It's funny, man. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, man. And yeah, you also had this from a couple of days ago. Britain, they were testing a laser weapon, and you know that the chariots, the chariots of Yahweh Basham Yahushai, they are equipped with laser technology, and Esau thinks that they got a chance. So it's funny, man. And they say that they shot drones with it, and yeah, basically that's the story. So they really think they got a chance, man. And this was also a thing that also sparked my attention. I also saw that a couple of days ago. That Denmark. This, and I was like, that shows me like these people, they know what time it is. They know what time it is because countries like that, they getting these drones. Denmark, they getting these drones. Fuck Mark. So they're getting these drones, and they ready, man. They know that shit is about to happen. Yeah, man. So they have like, let me translate it because it's in the Dutch, so you can also read it with me. So Denmark buys millions worth of drones. I spoke about this Saturday in camp last Saturday. Denmark has set aside 2.7 74 74 billion Danish crowns, 370 million euros for long range drones. The Danish Air Force must use these drones to patrol the Arctic region, among other things. So, yeah, they getting ready, man. We are in those times, you know. So, back to the book of Second Esdras, chapter 9. And let me start from 1 again. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest parts of the signs pass which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Yeah, we're seeing all these things going on. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and people been protesting. Look, the farmers in Holland, Germany, France, you know, I believe even Belgium, you know. And I also saw an article today, you know, I put it in the group app, but I didn't save the article. But also people, they're also protesting in Argentina, and they have a new prime minister there, you know. And it's funny, man. So people getting yeah, they're getting ready, man. They getting ready. Basically, let me see if I can grab that real quick. I think let me see. This is also funny. Russian military aircraft crashed. Kremlin says all occupants die. So, you know, and the Ukrainians, they recently said that they killed so many Russians and this and that. So you know how Putin be, you know, he just get rid of all of them, you know. 65 Ukraine prisoners, they were there. Let me see. Yeah, this is the article from the from Argentina. Like I said, let me just. Oh, can I not translate it? Oh yeah. So it's from RTL News. Milei has only just come into power, but Argentina is already turned upside down. Argentina is preparing for major strikes. It will be the litmus test for the new president Javier Milei, also known as the Argentine Trump, who has big plans to quickly bend the country to his will. And first, Argentina, they wanted to join BRICS, but then he said he's not going to do it, you know. But, you know, we don't know what's going to happen, you know. The largest unions in Argentina, including the powerful CGT, today called for a mass to take the streets. They want to put an end to drastic economic and social reforms that the ultra-liberal and right-wing radical President Javier Milei wants to implement. For example, he wants to restrict many workers he wants to restrict many workers' rights and make demonstrators pay for the cost of security. These drastic bills are against the sore leg of the unions. Unions are afraid that workers will lose their rights, say Latin America editor Thomas van den Elshout. For example, an employee's probationary period will be extended from 3 to 8 months. This simply means that you can hire people for 8 months and then wave goodbye. Employees who are dismissed will also receive lower compensations, and Milei wants to shorten maternity leave. The unions in question say they represent 12 million people. If they strike, it could paralyze a large part of the country, says Van den Elshout. There's a good chance that other dissatisfied people will also join. Many Argentinians fear for their social security, which has already been very weak in recent years. If all those people join, it could become big. So so we're gonna see about that, you know. So a lot of stuff going on, you know. Like I said, it's showing us that we are in those days, that the end is around the corner, that the coming of Yahushua is very close. So this is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears, and let the weak say, I am strong. Yeah, all those smaller countries, Iran, like North Korea, they be like, fuck the West, ready. Assemble yourself and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause the mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Yeah, that's near the Red Sea when they are busy with those Houthi rebels, The valley of Jehoshaphat, of the Most High's judgment. For there I will sit to judge all the heathen round about. Yeah, everybody's going to get this. Not only about the Edomites, man. You're all going to get it. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for the wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. So yeah, the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope for his people and the strength of the children of Israel. Yeah, the downfall of these devils, and the build-up of the children of Israel. And the book of Amos also speaks about how it's going to be darkness. The day of the Lord is going to be darkness, man. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? For the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As I just read in the book of Joel, the stars and the moon shall not go give their light, And that also talks about the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And that's also talking about the knowledge. And people will not know; they will grope in darkness concerning knowing what's going on. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it? Yeah, man. So that's what's waiting there, man. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And we already see many of those already passing by. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. So, yeah, things are around the corner, man. This is the book of Romans, chapter 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. Yeah, we are closer than the end than we know, A matter of fact, let me jump to the book of Revelations real quick. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 11 and verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Yeah, it's around the corner, and now people see it, And like I said, our elder from our elder apostles on down, we've been talking about it, and people we calling us all kinds of names. The same way with Noah. Noah was talking about water's going to fall from the sky. People never knew about water falling from the sky. They calling him crazy and all that. On dry land, he built a big ship, And what happened eventually? The Most High even opened the earth. Water was coming from beneath and from above. And then when that was happening, then the people wanted to believe, but they all got drowned, man. So this is nothing. This is nothing different, man. People are in the same mindset, thinking everything's going to be okay. Trusting in the army. Woe on them who trust in Egypt for help, man. You're gonna find out, man. So let me see. This is this is the book of First Thessalonians chapter 5 and 1. But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Yeah, unexpected, because even Yahushua doesn't even know when it's time for him to come back. Not the angels, only his father Yahweh knows when it's time for him to come back. But by the events we know that it's around the corner, For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that the day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all children of the light and children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, like the other people, still try to hold on to La La Land. But let us watch and be sober, for they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for a helmet the hope of salvation. Yeah, man. So, Yahuratazah, like the scripture said, the Most High, Yahushua even told his disciples, with the Father, nothing is going to be impossible, put his trust in, we have to put our trust in Yahweh Basham Yahushua and Yahuratazah. We part of that number that we may endure until the end and watch the downfall of our enemy, man. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. So with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, Waharuka Kudash, double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for teaching us scriptures, among other things, and salutations to Yakim across the earth for doing this work in sincerity and truth. So with that, I'm gonna say Shalom.